Hi, thanks a lot for joining this wonderful conversation. First of all, we all came from Delhi, and the wonderful weather that we enjoy in Bangalore is actually overwhelming. So, in Karnataka, if we talk about India, so we have seen that Karnataka is a gifted, they had a lot of gifted geographical location. Like it has solar projects, it has wind projects. But what about rooftop? So on the issue of rooftop, we would like to have this discussion. So we are joined by a lot of wonderful experts from the industry. We had Shravan Gupta ji from Cosmic Solar, who has come from all the way from Surat. And next, we have Bharat ji, who is from Day Inverter. Now we have Gautam Muleti ji from C-Step and Devraj ji from Oswal Solar and Mr. Sanmati from Fraunhofer Office, India. So first of all, recently we have seen that just 1 or 2 years back, PM Surya Ghar was announced, and that gave an impetus to the residential rooftop sector. But what exactly has changed and what the industry thinks? So first of all, Gautam ji, what exactly changed in Karnataka? If we talk about the adoption of rooftop solar, what exactly happened? What are the major challenges, opportunity you see?
Hello. Yeah, so I thank the organizers, first of all, for inviting C-Step and me to this event. So getting to the question of how its rooftop has changed in Karnataka, I think Sir has already given us a premise as to see that KERC's Director Technical mentioned that rooftop has to be picked up. So overall, we have around 9,600 megawatts of total solar, of which only 700 is just the RTS rooftop. So that still needs 700 megawatts. That still needs to pick up. And then if you're talking about PM Surya Ghar after it came in, so there are, I think, around 223 applications which have come in, but out of which only 11,000 installations have been done. So that's a conversion rate of just 5%. So there is still a lag. There is progress, but not at the pace which we had hoped for. So that it's right now around 45 megawatts, which is...
So if we talk about particularly about Karnataka, so how things have changed, like in terms of policy, what are the good policies that is supporting the industry?
Yeah, so one right now is the net metering, virtual net metering and group net metering scheme, which has been brought out that Sir mentioned, which is an excellent move. Other than this, I think Karnataka has also changed our RTS policy to distributed solar PV, which now brings in not just the installation coverage just to rooftops, but as walls and carports and all of these.
So you're talking about the latest KERC regulation that came.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So these are excellent moves by the government, where which we can expand a portfolio, not just limited to rooftop solar, but expands it overall. So these moves, wherein virtual net metering and group net metering has expanded for people, wherein there were barriers for, let's say, apartment housings or shared roof spaces. They could not just put up RTS. Now with these things, they can actually have other ways of implementing this, which is a good move. But then again, the lack of information that these things are there and they can be taken up is one of the barriers which we can think of. So that needs to sort of progress and push it towards more and more implementation.
So India, we can see that a lot of solar module manufacturers, new solar module manufacturers is coming. Last year or recently, Oswal Solar was listed in the stock exchange. So earlier they were making solar pumps. Now they have entered into solar module manufacturing. So Devraj ji, how things have changed? Why is Oswal jumped into solar module manufacturing? How much scope you see in the PM Surya Ghar or the rooftop segment?
Good morning, everybody. Sir, everybody knows Oswal is in pumps, very familiar name. Now,
Yes.
last 2023, we launched start from 200 megawatts. Now we have 2-3 gigawatts capacity. Now we are coming with the latest technology and another 1 gigawatt in HJT also. This one already we have good network in entire Karnataka and southern part of so North India and South India also. We are going to establish this one recently. And PM Surya Ghar Yojana, we have some models like we are a Shopee model and we have stockist, and like that we are going to capture the market. Is very useful and very in that marketing scenario.
Yeah.
Technology also going to change every 3 years also. This one is very useful, sir.
So Shravan ji, you have come from Surat, which is a hub of all the solar module manufacturers. and it's been 1 year almost for PM Surikar. So how much the policy has matured and how much it has benefited the solar module manufacturers, and how you're preparing for that? Like there were talks about shortage of DCR cells that have been shot out. What are the major challenges you see now?
Thank you, Manishi. See, at Cosmic, like we started 6 years back in Surat, and we chose Surat because almost 60% of module manufacturers were there at that time. Even today also around 55 to 60% module production done at Surat, Gujarat. Surat or Gujarat is more focused in production and producing modules, and also they are going into cell also. We as a manufacturer see this Suragar Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana as one of the master stroke done by the Indian government for this nation, because retail participation in any kind of business is very important. Earlier, as we can witness in Karnataka also, as my fellow member mentioned, that more than 90% is into utility scale and other part not in rooftop. So obviously there is limitation when it comes to utility or when it comes to like government tenders and everything. You want to make any product once you made possible to reach to the masses, then you get the recognition and as well as the adaptability increase. Now the look at the awareness among the solar, like today the awareness is much higher compared to 3 years 4 years back, whether it is Bangalore or whether it is Gujarat or whether it is UP or Delhi. So the retail participation has increased with these kind of schemes like introduced by the government. Challenges obviously, see, whether it is the post independence or pre independence or today's business scenario, anywhere, whenever any government take any decision, there will be challenges, shortcomings, and there will be advantage also. Most of the schemes get successful, and that successful decisions by the government and those schemes, successful schemes, decide the future of so many industries, not only solar. Look at the solar, like we have grown more than 300-400% from the last 3-4 years. The rate of the growth, not only for module manufacturer, let's speak about the EPC. Hardly anybody was knowing about EPC. Nowadays we are having very good EPC companies in the country.
You've seen the rise in number of solar EPC.
Yes, so the participation, the ecosystem has been developed in past 3 years. Yes, the challenges about the DCR, that is product driven more of, like obviously see, sometime government come up with the scheme, but that time adequate level of infrastructure is not available, then definitely there will be slowdown. So this is I think temporary. Obviously government is going to implement ALCM also. Previously they have forced the DCR modules, but ultimately it is government paying 40 to 60%, right? So they have all the right to do that because they are consumer also in this case. So we cannot complain that. Yes, India was not equipped for ALMM also when ALMM was introduced, which benefited us. So I should
So somehow you're saying that when ALCM will be introduced, there will be some hiccups, some struggles by the manufacturers.
Obviously there will be always, because see, we are whenever we place order for DCR to the module cell manufacturer, so most of the cell manufacturer are now module manufacturer also. So it is very difficult to get cell from their pockets, so they prefer to make modules before selling it to the any other competitor or a module manufacturer. So obviously as you said that there will be challenges, but look at the brighter side. Recently ALCM first list has been came out, only 6 module manufacturers make it, but still there are many about to very soon. So I believe in couple of years it will be sorted out and we will have at least module and cell ecosystem. I am not going to say wafer or ingot will be there, but yes.
So likely a very bright future, because you, as you said, recently we saw the first ALCM. It named 6 players, and now we have talked to a lot of module manufacturers, and through our conversations we came to know that more than 35 solar module manufacturers have already planned to start their solar cell lines, likely by 2026 or 27. So in the coming days we can definitely see a large increase in the capacity of solar cells. Coming to Bharat, Bharat is into inverter manufacturing. So they supply inverter.
Policies are there like net metering, those things, so that will give the advantage for the rooftop players to go with the hybrid inverters, which has its like own advantage of generating and like storing your power and like using it when there is like no solar. So there is a potential, and with the potential there is also like a lot of challenges or the hurdles, like which is slowing down the projects. The recent thing of using the GPRS M2M SIM case, when there was like a PM Suryagar project was announced, everyone, like including us manufacturers, EPCs, and lot many developers were happy that okay, kuch to mila hai abhi like kaam karne ke liye. It's a very big project to go, but like there was like a slowdown initially with no availability of the modules, and now there will be like a slowdown because of the confusion or the kind of like a policy driven that like the all the data whatever it is there, like it has not, should not go to other country for the safety purpose, which is a good move. And we have also taken up an initiative of having our own server in India, migrating all the 7-8 years of data into the Indian server, and going on like we will be doing the using those Indian servers, storing the data without leaking it to the neighboring countries. But what happens is that will slow down. The reason is the cost. When there was a huge potential, we introduced the inbuilt Wi-Fi kind of inverters, which reduced the cost of the on-grid inverter. But now we are forced to give them the GPRS SIM-based inverters, which will slightly increase the cost. But we being one of the largest manufacturers of PV inverters, we are working towards the cost reduction model with the GPRS SIM. As I told, like we are already coming up with the Indian server so that the data can be retained in India. So we will be coming up very soon with the GPRS system, M2M SIM based systems also.
So that is like for all the inverter makers, they have to make the...
Yes, all the inverter manufacturer has to come up with these solutions, and hope everyone are working towards it.
And you see the prices of all the solar inverters likely to go up due to this action?
Yes, it will slightly go up. The reason is if government mandates that like the logger or the GPRS system has to be made in India, then yes, as a Chinese manufacturer, we will stop supplying those loggers. But that logger cost in India is a little bit on higher side from the Indian product manufacturers for the loggers.
Okay. So move to Sanmati from Fraunhofer. We have often heard about a lot of research from Fraunhofer. So if you talk about the module manufacturing part, so currently we have seen Monoperk, Topcon. So what is the next technology we can expect for the Indian market? And likely timeline when we can expect, or what are the major challenges you see towards this?
Hello. Yeah, thank you, Manish, and hello, everyone. Pleasure to be here. So as we have seen, this Indian PV industry is transitioning from the Monoperk to Topcon with the support of this Indian government's initiative like the Production Link Incentive PLI schemes. Now it's a time to, we have to always look for this like a better efficient panels or the cells. Also, there has to be like cost effectiveness and the proven technology. So research organizations like Fraunhofer and others and industries are trying to put pilots on the heterojunction HJT and the tandem perovskite silicon technologies as well. So, but again, we have to see what exactly the results coming out of the pilot plant and how the government sees as a demand for this kind of new technology and the deployment of the new technology, and how the developers can cope up with the continuous development of the new technology in the project developments.
Okay, Gautam, we have seen that now the number of financials for rooftop solar has scaled up. We have a lot of NBFCs, banks. Do you think that currently the access to finance has improved a bit? What are the major challenges you see? Because we can see State Bank of India, Credit Fair, Ecofi. So all kind of institutions are now extending their support.
So yeah, so this has actually tremendously improved. So you have now solar loans as at an interest rate of as low as 7%, which is available for all of us, which is pretty good actually. And then in the portal itself, the national portal for rooftop, the public banks have been directly aligned there. That was not available before. First, you had to search a vendor, then a banking institution, and then go about it. But now they've brought it all together, which is an amazing move. And I think there is a recent case in Bengaluru where the Horamavu Association showcase this, where you could leverage the loan given by the banks and install rooftop systems. So it's just where the EMI was converted aligned with their electricity bill, and they could recover their cost within 4 to 5 years, which is excellent. So it's just that the aspect of information, the awareness that this is there among the consumers is what they have to reach. In terms of banking institutions, they're doing pretty well in coming up with various types of loans and aspects. Probably the reach towards, if it's just limited now to urban, should also spread towards rural, low-income households, where they can also utilize this leverage or utilize this solar loans and apply it for themselves as well. So we'll see an uptake there.
But you see a lot of banks and NBFCs are open to give loans and like more giving more liberal towards extending support to rooftop systems or solar projects.
Yes, absolutely. Now they are also aware that this will pick up. And if that is something, that's another product for them, right? If it's another product which they can invest in, that's absolutely, they'll push for it. And this is something which will give them good returns. Market studies show that when you once install it, on average, you will recover it anything between 5 to 7 years, which is an excellent thing, considering the life of the product itself is 25 years. So that's a good push, and a lot of banking institutions, NBFCs are getting into it, financing in any way possible, which is good. It'll enable the consumers also that they have confidence that it's not just us that we have to put up money. So there is subsidy coming in from the government, and also banking institutions giving their loan at a good lower interest rate, which is a good push.
So Shravan, recently we have seen that now we have 6 listed people in ALCM, but now as we can see, more than 35 model manufacturers are all set to start solar cell manufacturing. So how difficult, how different it is from solar module manufacturing? And second question, that currently, like Gujarat was considered as a hub for solar manufacturing, but now we can see around 15 companies have planned solar cell manufacturing from Odisha. So this geography is kind of changing. So why you think a lot of, especially solar cell makers, are moving out of Gujarat or planning other states?
So it's a very good question actually, and it's related to my field also. See, out of those 35, we are also one. So being like right now, we are running 3 gigawatt solar module manufacturing, having facility for mono also, TopCon also, and G12 at TopCon also, and looking forward for those perovskite cell progress, how it's going to be like achieve 30% efficiency. But when new technology comes, there is always the challenges of commercializations, because we cannot produce less and sell it at right price to the customer. So India is consumer driven market, as mentioned earlier also. Now manufacturer opt those products which they can produce in volume, and they can provide at optimized price to the consumer. Earlier solar system were like more than 2 lakh 3 lakh per kilowatt, so it was not viable for everyone to afford that. Similarly, coming to the cell, right, DCR. So if you want to produce solar cell in India, producing module in India, earlier it was very tough 5 to 6 years back, but now it is very easy because we have infrastructure, we have witnessed the development and the support given by the state government and central government also. So similarly, now in cell manufacturing, there are a couple of states, geographically they are offering very big advantage, whether it comes to manpower, whether it's come to political motivation of the state government. If as you talk about MP and Odisha, in Gujarat, we are right now paying electricity of 9 to 10 rupees per unit. But at the same time, both these states are offering 4 rupees for solar cell manufacturing. Specifically for establishing solar cell factory, these states are offering not only lower electricity, solar cell manufacturing requires, 1 gigawatt solar cell factory need 20 lakh liter per day water.
Yes, a lot of water required.
So you cannot just pull the water from any reservoir or from any river without the permission of the government or without having a complete end-to-end infrastructure. Because suppose you are using those, let's say you have built up 2 gigawatt solar cell manufacturing line using 40 lakh liter per day. So there will be severe requirement also. You need to like, purify those water first, and then whatever is the wastage you need to plan for that also. So yes, the motivation in MP government and Odisha government is much bigger. I'm not saying that Gujarat government is not supportive, maybe just because, when your stomach is full, whether it's any industry, so you avoid eating extras.
So for any state which is giving you more policy-wise more support, more electricity duty exemptions, GST exemptions, and where there is a lesser problem of water, so most of the solar cells are likely to incline towards those states where the state is giving you more liberty, more like reduction of your input cost, right? That's why there is a transition.
Actually, the cost of these items, if we talk about a per unit when it comes to end product, the solar cell is huge actually. The manpower cost, the electricity cost, and the water ZLT plant we have to put. If you are putting 1 gigawatt solar cell line, I will give a rough idea. You need to buy machine of 500 to 600 CR. At the same time, you need to put the infrastructure, utility of 500 to 600 CRs for 1 gigawatt. So it's almost equal. In most of the industry, what happen, you have machine of 100%, so you need to put up in utility 20-25%. But here it is almost 100%. And it requires big lands. You need 50-60 acres to set up these plants. So you cannot start where the land costs are like, 1 CR per acre or 2 CR per acre. You need cheaper land. Then only your project will get
cheaper land, or any state which is giving land bank facilities.
Feasibility, you can say, which we generally use in term of rooftop feasibility or solar system. So feasibility for those products are more viable in those states where we can get cheaper electricity at lesser price land, and where the government is supportive, obviously, they provide the water. Obviously, we will like recycle them and send it back. But this is how it will work.
Devraji, you are serving to the South Indian market. So compared to the North Indian market, how different is the South Indian market? You cater to Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana. How is the market different, peculiar?
Definitely, sir. That is especially in Bangalore and Chennai. It's very aggressive market is there especially in South India. This very consistency market also is there in here. And apart from this, in Karnataka, in rooftop like in PM Suryaghar Yojana, only in Bangalore, Mysore, like Hubli, like this city. Apart from this, so many cities, where 31 cities is there. We are not captured that market. Okay, we have to go there, and we have to definitely financial criteria is there. We have to capture that market, and then 100% sure we'll capture that market, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Bharat, you have launched hybrid market. It's I think in the last 1 year, we have seen a lot of inverter companies have come up with the hybrid inverters. And now you have also launched micro inverters. So how is the adoption of hybrid inverters till now? What is the major challenges you see?
When it comes to the adoption of the new technology, like a hybrid, like when we started in India in 2021, we saw there was like a zero sale of like a hybrid inverter. It was like only 1 or 2 pieces to check the sample, to check how the quality or check how it exactly works. And then 2022, 23, like we did very good marketing and like technical seminars where to make people understand about the hybrid, about its technology. And then in 2025, just like 3 months, the calendar year of like Jan, Feb, March, we saw the same amount of sale what we did in 2023. So the whole year of 2023 sale versus 2025 3 months sale was like same. So that shows like people are understood about this technology, people are adapting it, and understood about its like advantages. When it comes to the micro inverter, yes, there are.
You are one of the few manufacturers who have jumped into this micro inverter segment.
Micro inverters.
So what are the peculiar challenges, and who are the major consumers you see who are going to adopt it, and which are the states you have eyed on?
The micro inverter usage or the application would be there for the smaller segment thing, like not the smaller segment, where the power consumption is like less, like 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt people can go even with the on-grid inverters, but like having that advantages or that discoms. If you see like Maharashtra, so they have come up with requirement of taking up that project, which is like little bit slow now, but like yes, we are in the progress of executing it. And
You have already launched, or
the product is already launched. We also have the certificate for that particular thing, but the project is little bit slow. The execution of that particular project is slow because of certain reasons of the government. When it comes to the this is one part, the smaller segment, but when it goes to the commercial also, we are getting the inquiries for 200 kilowatt, 300 kilowatt C&I rooftops also, because it has its own advantages of avoiding the shade losses, increasing its efficiency. So those all advantages are there, and like C&I projects also has been executed, not by us, not by Day, but like by the micro inverters from other suppliers. But like we are getting good inquiries for micro inverters, and we are also planning to launch next year the micro hybrid inverter, because we have been seeing 2 kilowatt micro inverter with the storage. So for that particular thing, like we are developing the micro hybrid inverters, which will be launched very soon in upcoming October REI Expo.
so Gautam, we talked about the challenge. Currently, we're talking about rooftop solar, all the things that are coming at the rooftop. But we can see a lot of innovations. MNRE guidelines have also allowed balcony solar. There is talks about BIPV, on which I think you are also working. So in like in Delhi, we can see MNRE building and a lot of other building having vertical solar along all their walls. So how you see the adoption of BIPV in India, and what are the major challenges you see still existing or creating hurdles towards this?
So India presents significant opportunity for this building integrated photovoltaic applications due to rapid urbanization, due to high rise of the buildings. You know, the business parks are coming on into like metro cities, like and big cities like Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, and others. So, but again, there is again addition of this like a net zero building. Again, there is the addition of this like a sustainable architecture. So because of that, we have to use this available space like a vertical space, which is available for the high-rise buildings or the building facades or the windows. They can be solarized and they can be used to generate electricity along with the instead of supporting this like a building material. So building BIPV comes under the integrated photovoltaics, which means the dual utilization of the available space, which increases the resource efficiency, which is almost double. So that's my statement. I would like to say that when we are having limited space on the building or the vertical building facades, it makes sense to utilize the new technology which are developing, and we can solarize it. We can use it for the BIPV application, and there is a bit difference between the rooftop and BIPV, and so please don't get mistaken but matching the both technologies. But still, we have done a couple of years back studies for MNRE where we have estimated potential for the BIPV in India almost more than 250 gigawatt capacity. We worked with a lot of the partners on this project, and I think CSTEP was one of the partners for that. So, but again, we have to see the cost of this BIPV technology, which is almost double because of this special models which going to use. These are not conventional models. They need to be adapted as per the materials, as per the size and the shapes of the building. So we are also working on this solar facades. Fronaf has developed color PV modules which can give a better aesthetics. The color of the PV module can be achieved as per the desired color. It could be red, green, yellow, blue, what you want, and with very low loss of the efficiency.
Thank you, Sanmati. So we are wrapping up the session. Any question from the audience? Anyone wants to ask anything from the panelists? We have module manufacturer, inverter manufacturer, researchers. Any question from anybody? Please raise your hand. Yeah, Mike, please arrange mic for them. Mike. Please introduce yourself and whom you want to direct the question towards.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Namaste everyone. My name is Deepthi and I'm from Lotus Controls. We are official distributor of Schneider Electric products. I think I'm new to this solar field, but we need to explore something in renewable energy. That was my dream. So I'm here. Now my question is to Mr. Sanmati Nayak. You were speaking about net zero building. Can you please explain more about this? We are also into energy management, everything in our. We are not only distributors of meters, we also provide energy management solutions. So I wanted to know, even in your solar, you are talking about something net zero building. Is that connected to any energy consumption or how is it? Can you please explain?
Keep it short. We will then later.
Yes, so in India, we do have like Griha Green Energy Council for the building. They have this adopted net zero building concept in India, but again, it's widely spread all across the world. Here we have to minimize the losses within the building, and also the production of the electricity around the building could be utilized for those uses within the building. So that's why that's why the zero is coming up. So that's why we're using this same energy utilization which is produced that will be consumed within the building with the minimizers of losses. Yeah.
Give the mic to him. He was asking some question. Please introduce yourself and whom you want to ask the question.
Yeah, good morning everybody. My name is Rajesh. I represent Wari RTL. It's Wari Renewable Energy Technologies Limited. Apart from the module manufacturing, we're also into EPC, executing the utility scale projects across India. We've already commissioned 4 gigawatt solar parks till date and 4 more gigawatts in pipeline. I'm happy to share about our company in brief. Now the question to the panelist is, Karnataka's solar movement is here. Is the state ready? So I'd like to understand a brief idea for the current financial year about the target of utility solar and what is the percentage of market is already started and what is the pipeline?
You're talking about Karnataka?
Yes.
Gautam, you want to take the question?
See, as I'm maybe not the right person for the utility scale, but for the RTS, they have a target of 1 gigawatt initial target, which they have almost about to reach also with 700 megawatts already being installed in Karnataka. Utility scale is actually, as Sir mentioned already, we are already the front runners. So in terms, we have to understand how else you can scale it up in terms of what is accessible. So land is becoming a challenge more and more. So if that is there, we have to go towards other form of solar integration. As Sir also mentioned, we have to look into BIPV or other modes. Even Agri PV now is coming up, where because of land constraints, so you can achieve your targets by integrating dual functionality for how BIPV it is there with the building walls, the facade and the energy generation. There's also Agri PV where you can grow your crops as well as generate electricity. So in terms of target, I think we're there and there's a good potential to utilize it. Just that the constraints of land and availability is what that we have to address now, and I think we are addressing it as we are progressing.
Can we have any numbers
Numbers I'm really not sure, but I can get back to
apart from you, any other panelist, if you can please help us in sharing the numbers of for the current fiscal year, what is the target?
Okay, with this, we wrap up the session. Thanks a lot to all the speakers for their wonderful insights. Thanks a lot. Wait, please wait. Hema, please bring the moment. I will. Prasanna sir, please come for giving the momentous to all the speakers.
Sound check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was indeed a very interesting panel discussion. Can we please put our hands together for our moderator and the panelists here out on the stage? I would like to now request Prasanna Singh sir to honor our panelists out here. Mr. Shravan Gupta, Director, Cosmic PV Power. Can we all please put our hands together for Mr. Shravan Gupta? And also all the attendees, in case you have any questions and we could not take it out here, you can definitely have those questions asked in the lunch break. Now I request Mr. Prasanna Singh to honor Mr. Bharat Singh TN, Director Sales and Marketing, India and MENA DAI. I now request Mr. Prasanna Singh to honor our panelist, Mr. Gautam Muleti, Senior Associate, CSTEP. Can we all please put our hands together for Mr. Gautam Muleti? Thank you, Mr. Prasanna, for doing the honors. I request all the panelists along with our moderator and Mr. Prasanna to kindly pose for a group picture. If you think this panel discussion was truly engaging, I think they deserve a bigger round of applause. Can we please put our hands together for our moderator, Mr. Manish, and our panelists, Mr. Shravan, Mr. Bharat, Mr. Gautam, Mr. Devraj, and last but not the least, Mrs. Anmati.